In the hall, please create a document from at least from your own departments. Like for example, underwriting में क्या rules हमें चाहिए? What is their understanding of the front end? What the features?
काय झालं सनी बरोबर
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, everybody. Greetings from the National Health Authority. We have about 45 participants as of now. We will wait for a couple of more minutes and we will start at 2:05. Is someone from the GIC, the General Insurance Council, here? Kiran sir, we are just waiting for a couple of more participants to join.
Yeah, we will wait. No problem. No.
We'll start in 1 minute.
Yeah, sure. I
May
see
I-
a lot of people are joining still, so
Yeah.
we can give maybe 2-3 more minutes. No harm in that.
Yeah, and may I request everybody to like also in the name they can mention the company from which they are representing, so that we know which companies have attended, which companies have not attended. Hello, Marcy ma'am.
Hello, Vikram. Hello, Glenn. Hello, everyone.
Hey, hello everyone.
Is someone from the GIC on the call?
Hello.
Hello everyone, it is 2 o'clock, 8 minutes. We'll just try once to check if the screen sharing is working and then we can start. We have about 68 people and we have this 2 to 4 p.m. session. So we are already 8 minutes into it. Narendra, can you quickly check your screen sharing? Yeah, it's there. Yeah. Mute. लोग अपना वो वीडियो के लिए ऑन कर सकते हैं. Sir, we will start.
Vikram, you want to start? We'll
Yes,
start?
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
We will start, sir.
Okay, great.
9 minutes. So good afternoon, everybody. This is the first of our 2 virtual sessions for M1 integration and integration towards the National Health Claims Exchange. Whatever questions you have, whatever queries you have, please feel free to ask in this session. And if there are any, we will also take it on 4th. I will quickly start this meeting with opening the floor for Kiran Gopal Bhaskar sir. He is the Director Information Technology, and he will guide you and set the floor for this session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Vikram, and welcome everyone to this webinar. I believe all of you have had some interaction or the other with NHA in our other virtual meetings we've had regarding integration with Claims Exchange. In fact, I'd also like to thank GIC for helping us organize this meeting and trying to bring together all the IT personnel of insurance companies. The objective for this meeting, and also the one we intend to conduct day after tomorrow, is to give you an overall idea about what integrating with ABDM and the National Health Claims Exchange is about. Some of you already know it. Some of you have already reached a certain stage, and also and some of you are new or need more information, and there needs to be some clarity depending on which I could gauge from conversations I've had through a couple of CTOs of insurance companies. So broadly, see, the idea is the whole thing about integration with ABDM and the Claims Exchange. We've divided it into different stages, and these are only for making it easier to understand. So the very first stage is what we call the level 0 stage, where you simply register on our sandbox. It's a very, very simple process. We ask for very basic details. This is to get access to the system and start playing with the sandbox APIs. The second level, we have divided into 2 parts. We call it level 1.1 and 1.2, where we are saying 1.1 is where you integrate with our ABHA service. That is what we call the M1 milestone, where you, for every person who is coming and getting a policy from you, you create their ABHA or retrieve their ABHA if it is already created. So this is an API integration that you will have to do. So that is the second level 1.1 that we are calling. The second one is actually registering with the Claims Exchange itself. So as you know, the Health Claims Exchange, the National Health Claims Exchange has 2 sides to it. In fact, 3 parts, I'd say. One is the provider side, where the hospitals and other service providers would come in. The right side, on the other side, is the payers, where your insurance companies and TPAs come in. And in between is the Claims Exchange that is responsible for routing things from the payers to the providers and providers to the payers. Now, there is one thing called a network registry we have created here, which actually registers all these network participants, the payers and providers, so that communication happens between trusted entities. There's no need for you to additionally then verify whether this request has come from a trusted entity or not. The Claims Exchange will do it for you. So the second level, or the third, the level 1.2 is what we are calling registering yourself as a payer, because now the assumption is all of you are on the insurance side, either as a TPA or as an insurance company. So you would be on the payer side. So registering yourself as a payer. Then the next level is actually starting to play with the Claims Exchange APIs. See, at the end of the day, the Health Claims Exchange is about routing or sending all your processing requests for health claims through this exchange. It could be things like a claim request, eligibility check, or things like submission of a claim, things like getting a status update of what is the status of a particular claim, or getting information about payment status, etc. The admin may kindly mute everybody else. I think that would help. So I think I also got muted. Okay, now it's okay. So that is the actual integration work, or the real meat of the whole work. You start integrating with the Claims Exchange. The final one is when you get your functional testing done, when your security testing is done, and then where we give you the final certificate, the clearance of, and then we give you the production keys. Then you actually start hosting your live systems on using our live or production APIs for that case. So, I mean, this is very basic introduction. The documentation is available both for M1 integration and also for integration with the claims exchange. My team is here, the team that leads integration and also helps the private sector in integrating with us. I must tell you, there are more than 1,000 different entities currently integrating, and quite a few of them. I mean, आज के number कितना है, Narendra? How many have integrated at least one M1, M2?
Sir, 114, sir.
Yeah. So we've crossed 100 and 114 have already integrated. There's another 700-800 in the pipeline. So this is a process that we are doing with a lot of other entities. This is our team has dealt with a different kinds of issues. We have a dev forum also where people post their queries, and not only us, but also those who have already integrated or faced that problem earlier also try to answer the queries. So today, what we'll try to do is give you an overview of what M1 is, what are the different APIs, and what the whole integration is about, followed by integration with the health claims exchange APIs and how it works. It would be done by the integration teams and also the TCS team, which is working with us in the health claims exchange work. I think this is the broad introduction. I mean, apart from that, some of you have already spoken to me. Now you will have a wider tech team to be able to speak to and direct your specific queries to them. But we would also be available. Feel free. And I think we will also record the questions that you are posting on the messages, and also what questions you have while the presentation happens. And then eventually this would culminate. The next level would be to actually have the workshop, the physical workshop that we are planning next week, where you all can come in and finish this job in a hackathon kind of mode. We are not calling it a hackathon. We are calling it an accelerated integration workshop or something, where our full team will be available with you. We will do the functional testing then and there. We will do all your integration support. We will give, we will be available throughout those 3 days. And the objective is by the end of the 3rd day, all of you come out with done with your integration and preferably with your production keys. So that's the basic objective. With that, I think I'd request Vikram to kindly take over.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you for setting this stage. I just wanted to also inform everybody that for the 10th to 12th accelerated workshop, we are tentatively thinking of Garvi, Gujarat, where we had the workshop on 29th May as the second, and we would be there for 3 days. Our teams would be there and they would handhold and support you to get this done. We are here for solving all the problems, all the questions, all the queries that you have, and we assure our 100% support to all of you. We would also request your support for this. M1 integration does not take quite a lot of time. If it is done, it is if it is done sincerely with the focus, it would be done in 4-5 days. And similarly, the NHCX team is also here, and they will guide you and they will support you. I just wanted to give an introduction of what is expected from the insurance companies when it comes to M1 and why are we getting M1 integration done. IRDAI had issued a circular wherein it had advised all the insurance companies to record the ABHA numbers of the persons who are being issued a new insurance policy, or if their insurance policies are getting renewed. So with M1, what will happen is that using your insurance company's platform only, you will be able to create and verify ABHAs. And this is how we will be able to implement the circular and the gist of what the intention of IRDAI was, that every policy holder should get an ABHA, and and all policies should be tagged with a ABHA. We also have Malti ma'am on this call. She is advisor to NHA. If she has some initial comments, and I will then ask Pankaj Tiwari sir, are you on the call for his remarks, because he's from IRDI, and since IRDI is supporting and helping us in all this work, we also wanted him to speak. Pankaj Tiwari sir, would you want to speak? And then we can have.
Yeah, definitely. I will not take much time.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I could not able to join earlier. There's some issue at my end, so I have joined from mobile. So I hope I am clear and I am well audible.
Yes, sir. You are well audible.
Okay. So good afternoon to each and every participant, and thank you very much that you are present here. I hope the representative of GI Council will ensure that all insurers and TPA are present in this meeting. My dear friends, we are fortunate that NHA is coming with us to ensure that each of insurer and wherever required TPAs are having full integration with NHA and through NHCX. This is a initiative which will not be successful without the support of each and every person, and I would like to personally place on record the sincere appreciation for Mr. Vikram Pagaria, to whom I am disturbing every now and then in last 2-3 days. But the objective is to ensure that each and every stakeholder is on NHCX platform, and full integration, that is last level integration, happens by 12th of August. It should be completed. And I think they will be telling you in detail. And please note that there is no excuse from any insurer or any TPA that they did not get that, they were not able to contact NHA. NHA people, even Director NHA, when he attended the last meeting in which Chairman sir was there, he extended full support to all the insurers and whoever want to ask any query, anything. So if I ask whether team from all PSUs is available, National, United, Oriental, and New India. Whether people from National, United, New India, and Oriental are in this call. Okay. So
Shashi, you can list out the companies that are there, and you can tell us which companies have attended.
Yeah, well, the participant list, I'll have to see whether I can get it from here, because that probably only you can take out. If I'm able to get it, I'll do it, because there are many officers representing more than one officers representing same company. Let me check this.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I again would like to please reiterate that there is no excuse for any company not to be present in second and fourth meeting in case they have any issue. If there's any issue, they should get in touch with the person whose number Dr. Vikram Pagaria has given in the email. Please contact that person for that 10 to 12th meeting, and please ensure that this is 100% successful. The competent authority has told me personally to be present in each and every conference and program to ensure it is 100% successful. There is no excuse, please. I am repeating it. We have to make it 100% successful. Thank you, Mr. Vikram. This is what I wanted to add. And
thank you, sir. Now. Thank you so much. Malti ma'am, you have initial comments, and then we can start with the presentation.
Thank you, Vikram. And I think my best wishes to everyone. This is a very exciting project of NHA and IRDA. And I think all of us were looking forward to something like this in the insurance industry. Now this is being created. It's a really momentous occasion. And I'm sure things are, made very easy already by the NHA IT team. And they're there to handhold and support. And my best wishes to the workshop. And I'll be, watching it or joining it silently. Thank you.
Shashiji, you want to speak? You have been very helpful for us in the GICs, helping us
Not at all.
call it out.
I think let us go ahead. I think let us go ahead. That will be better. They'll see. They'll monitor which company has not come. We'll see. Take care of that. But I think let's not keep anyone waiting. Let's start.
Yeah.
Great.
I'll hand it over to Narendra, who is our program manager, and he will take us through a presentation and tell us about ABDM integration. And we have kept this session for about 15 minutes, this presentation, and then we can take whatever questions that people have on M1 integration. And then at 3 o'clock, we will start with the HCX part. So first we'll complete M1 part till from now onwards till 3 o'clock. Over to you.
Thank you, Vikram sir. Good afternoon, everyone. It's nice that all of you have joined us at such short notice. So let me just straight away jump into the thing. So I'll just start with the whole process that how you say when you start from registration to end of integration where you can go to production. So most of you have already registered on our website, where is called sandbox.abdm.gov.in. You have to register there. And so, separately for HCX also, it's the same form that you fill. And in the HCX form, only thing that you need to do is you have to identify yourself as a payer or an insurance agency. Most of you already done it, and we have also approved. And I think as a consequence to that approval, you get a client ID through a mail and also a secret key. So we have been following up with most of all the registered who are successful registrants, that whether they have got the registration key or not, and the client ID secret. But in case any of you have missed, you can again, end of this presentation, I'll give you my email ID, and my phone number was already shared. So you can call me. If it is not reached to you, we'll make sure that we can resend it to you. So because that is the first part. After that, you need to get a participant ID for HCX. That is the first part that you need to do. After that, the next step is simply you have to integrate a set of APIs with the sandbox system. Sandbox system is equivalent to your production system. So whatever you do on the sandbox, it can be replicated again on the on your production system. So for the purpose of M1, you would say, we call the Aadhaar is something which is the basic thing which for generation of ABHA is the prime ID used. So we have integrated that. So anyway, you can test with your Aadhaar immediately into the sandbox system that you can generate ABHA if it is a problem is happening. And we also have a provision for you to delete your ABHA ID which gets created. So you can, you don't need to worry about that. If I use my Aadhaar ID once, how will I do it again and again? So that provision is there. So once and in this process, I'll take you later. My colleague here, Ronak Pradhan, who will be guiding you, who will be there on call, on your email, every time available to. I think in the last 15 days, we have responded to a few companies who already started before this call on the integration process. And I can also tell you that I think three of the companies, Aditya Birla, Tata AIA, and Zuno General Insurance, they are already integrated with ABDM system, and they are generating ABHA. So maybe they can also tell you later on. You can also reach them out for the ABHA experience what they have had in that integration. The next step is once you have successfully done, at least your technical team feels and my integration team will be supporting you. They feel that you are comfortable. The next step for a normal process is functional testing. They actually go through your application or where on the website where you have done, whether it is generating the same way or not, whether the correct flows are there. They also check whether the disclaimers and all the things are the correct way. That is the functional testing part. So normally what we do is the functional testing part is we have empaneled a set of agencies who do a normal functional testing. They take their own, you approach them, they will give you a quote, and they it's a commercial process between the two companies. But for the purpose of this, accelerated integration program that will happen on 10th, 11th, and 12th, we will be doing the functional testing. Whoever comes on that day to us, the functional testing will be done by our teams who are available there. And normally there's a security web application security test is done, which is done by a certain empaneled agency. That is an important process because we are sharing a lot of data. The ABHA can be used for accessing private healthcare data. So it requires a security testing and your system. When you're talking APIs, you are exposing certain parts of the system, so it doesn't become too vulnerable. So that's why the testing is required. So this has to be done by a certain empaneled agency. And once these two certificates are available with us, you apply on a sandbox as an exit application. And there is a committee which again sees your application as a 3-member committee. They will see a demonstration of the whole, in this case, how M1 is generated in your system. And they will approve and you get the production keys to go live. So then you can deploy your system on a production system. For the purpose of this accelerated integration, what we will do is on the 10th, 11th, 12th, we will do the functional testing part and we will do the HTC demo. If you come up with a VASA certification before that, it is good. Or we will say that the production keys will be issued to you once you submit your VASA certificate to us. Then you can go live. So in the accelerated program, functional testing and the HTC demo will be done during those 3 days. This is the idea. So, yeah. So what does M1 mean? I think Kiran sir had already explained it to you, but let me just rephrase it. It is so that you're not overawed with the whole thing. Simply, you will be able to generate ABHA through your application. ABHA, we normally, you have to enter the Aadhaar number of the person, and OTP will go to the person's mobile. They will validate, this OTP will be validated by Aadhaar system through our API integration, and we will give you an ABHA number and also the eKYC data of the person. Yeah, ABHA address is something which because normally people don't remember a number. So what we have done in our system, people can generate an ABHA address similar to what you use for UPI address for transferring money in a UPI system. So here ABHA address is something which can be used for linking health records. The whole ABDM ecosystem, ABHA address is there, so people can generate the ABHA address, and this facility has to be provided when you talk of ABHA. And the next thing is, some people will already come to you when they will say that we already have an, they already have an ABHA. So you should have a system of verifying whether this ABHA is correct, it belongs to the same to the correct person or not. So the API will allow you to verify the ABHA. End of it, the data in the ABHA is there, so you can download the ABHA card. You can when we give you the ABHA card data and the QR code, so you can also we have certain systems have also done that. In their thing, they also put their own systems like ESIC for government system. They put the ESIC number. Awesome. So you can also put your own UHID number or a policy number wherever you want to do. So that's a facility which you will get. People will be able to update their profile. Suppose we have a system of updating a picture. We have a system of changing the address. So or you can update your communication mobile number. See, normally there's a mobile number which is associated with Aadhaar. That is something, but in the ABHA system, you can have a different mobile number which will not, if it is not, you want a separate number with the for ABHA system, evidence system. And I think one thing I would like to state here, I think a query will come later on also, that in a family, people normally tend to have one mobile number sometimes, and can we have a same mobile number for different people in the family? So that is allowed in our system. That is something which you can do, and I think in your insurance policy also people would be using, a family would be using the same mobile number, so that one person has control. So that thing is allowed even in ABDM system. And ABHA verification is on Aadhaar and self KYC. So this is the these are the five things that you can do when you are M1 integrated. There are other milestones also where we called M2 and M3 some time back when other companies, Aditya and they had integrated with us. We told them you don't need to do M2 because you are not generating any health records. So if you're not generating any records per se, so you won't be able to be linking anything. And M3 is a stage where you can actually ask for any health record from any other system. So in case you want to go any further, you can later on you can directly go to the M3 stage. That is also allowed. You don't need to go to the M2 stage. But for the limited purpose till 12th, I think what we want that you should all go through this M1 process. Now, my colleague Ronak will take you through the whole kind of APIs and kind of thing that you do and everything.
Can you make the screen big? Can you enlarge the screen?
We are trying
that, and what we'll do end of this, we'll also share this PPT to all of you.
If you can double check on that screen, it will be automatically get.
PPT sharing will help, yes.
पहले ही लेफ्ट का बता देंगे और राइट का बता देंगे तो लिंक पे है एक्चुअली हाँ ये सही
Is it better now?
Yes, much better.
Yeah, fine, go ahead.
So hello everyone, I'm Ronak Pradhan. I work with the integration team here. So as Narendra sir explained in the previous slide, what M1 essentially entails is two things, right? One is ABHA creation and ABHA verification. And then post that, we have a sequence of steps which can be followed if the user wants to download their ABHA card, if they want to update any information with the ABHA ecosystem.
One request, sorry, just speak a bit loudly. Huh?
Sure.
Please. Sorry.
Yeah, am I audible now? Hello?
Go ahead, fine.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So as Narendra sir explained in the previous slide, so there are two or three things which happen with ABHA. One is ABHA number creation and address creation. Second is being able to download the ABHA card. Third is editing any profile details, right? So for ABHA creation, ABHA number creation, there are primarily two steps. One is creating it through an Aadhaar KYC workflow, where you create both ABHA number and address. There's an option for biometric and DL as well, which is not needed at this point of time. And then there's a mobile OTP based workflow where you validate the mobile number to a self KYC and just create ABHA address. This is also not needed at this point of time. What is recommended is you just proceed via the Aadhaar workflow and create an ABHA number and address both. Right. So once you do that, there are sequence of two APIs which will share the subsequent documentation for that. Second, what is important to understand is the ABHA login methods. So ABHA login is now possible through mobile number and OTP. The user can also log in through the ABHA address and OTP, and the user can also log in via the ABHA number and OTP. What the ABHA login methods essentially allow you to do is do the subsequent set of steps which have been shown below. Once you
excuse me, that ABHA creation itself, can you brief it? Because the Aadhaar you are saying one option, and DL is the another option. These two options we are able to see in ABHA website. Actually, there is a it is right, but the mobile OTP, how it is going to be integrated?
So mobile OTPs, you have to if you have created a ABHA address earlier, then the mobile OTP goes to your OTP goes, then you log in, and then ultimately you have to give a Aadhaar again. So it is a ABHA address which has been created earlier. You have to do a KYC for that. We only two documents currently which are allowed is you have to give an Aadhaar when you start the whole journey first. Then you give an Aadhaar, an OTP sent to your Aadhaar linked mobile number. It is authenticated by the Aadhaar system, and you get an Aadhaar in return.
So the address you mean to say that is a demographic address has to be.
No, it's an Aadhaar address. See, as a system, we allowed people only to create an Aadhaar address initially, not with ABHA. So I think because Ronak was giving a full overview of what M1 entails. Otherwise, ABHA address is something which is a non-KYC thing, which can be used when you go to a hospital. If there is, the person is not carrying a Aadhaar linked mobile and they don't get a, they're not getting an OTP. So that point of time to create an ABHA, to become a part of the ABDM system, they create a ABHA address or to remember, linking their records. But as EDA's circular said that you need to collect an ABHA for each and every person. So ABHA through mobile or biometric or DL would be the preferred route for you.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So once you do it, so for ABHA login, there are 3 workflows possible. One is the user can enter their mobile number, get an OTP and log into the ABHA system. Second, they can use an ABHA address and OTP and log into the ABHA system. Third, they can use ABHA number OTP and log into the ABHA ecosystem. So in each of these scenarios, the mobile number which is registered with the ABDM ecosystem, that is where the OTP goes, and then the verification happens. Once the verification happens, the user can essentially do 3 things. One is view their profile, which is as registered with the ABDM ecosystem or the ABHA ecosystem. Second is they can edit their profile, which is if they want to change any details in case their ABHA was created during COVID or in case their ABHA was created earlier. So in that case, they can edit the profile. Third is they can download the ABHA card. Right. So these are the 3 functionalities which are applicable once they log in using any of the methods, because the token obtained from the previous method can be used in the subsequent method. Right. So that is completing the first part of the journey. Second is ABHA capture or verification. So there are 2 sets of APIs again. One is the IDP APIs where you can do the same thing for a new set of customers. You can use a mobile OTP, ABHA address OTP and ABHA number OTP to validate the user and ensure that you are able to get their details. And for the existing user, there is DMOG API and mobile number search. So using a mobile number, you can fetch the ABHA address and then validate the same using the ABHA address and OTP flow. So that is the IDP set of APIs. Once you get the documentation, you will be able to see all of those APIs in detail, which we will show you.
So the idea behind this is that suppose a person can, gives you their mobile number and through that mobile number, we will search in our system that the mobile number exists and it is linked to an ABHA address. So an OTP, suppose that it will give you the list of ABHA addresses to which that mobile number is linked, and if on that OTP, the profile can be accessed. So, with that way, the person who is coming to you again, who already has an ABHA, they don't need to remember their ABHA number or ABHA address for verification part. They can directly do it. You can provide a service that they can give you the mobile number and it works.
So yeah, so that is overall in terms of, so there are 2 flows primarily. One is the ABHA number creation, which is an independent activity. Second is if they already have an ABHA number or an address, they can fetch that ABHA number or address using a mobile number OTP workflow. And then the third is once they are able to log in, then they should be able to view their profile, edit their profile, and see the card details. So these are the 3 that has to be done as a part of M1.
Oh, hello. So yeah. I have a query. So with respect to payers, how would ABHA login and ABHA login actions be used? Well, I do understand of the creation part, but as a payer, what would the insurance companies do by using the login and login actions? Can you give certain examples?
So primarily there are 2 things.
Can I interrupt, Narendra?
Yes, Agnesh, please.
Yeah. See, this ABHA creation is for beneficiaries, not for payers, because you are creating. He is just trying to explain what you can do with the ABHA number. Okay, for example, tomorrow if you want to change something, okay, you should able to log in and then do it, right? That is the process he's explaining. But for payers, after you create ABHA for a given beneficiary, you are just going to keep it as a record, and that will be sent as an SMS to beneficiary. And it is beneficiary's wish with whether he want to use the same friendly name that we are giving, or he can also change alias name, right? That is what address. You can do so many things with the login. If you don't want to, that is a different purpose. That's completely beneficiary's discretion. But for you as a payer, you are not going to do using these logins. It's a beneficiary login, the person's login, not payer's login or anyone's login.
Correct.
See,
Okay, so
after you create, what beneficiary can do, what user can do, citizen can do, that is what he is explaining.
understood. Understood. And on the verification side, once the ABHA ID is creation, as it has been explained, it can be verified by ABHA address or ABHA number.
Correct.
Can someone just repeat for this new and existing flow, or there are two branches coming out of it?
Yeah, so existing you can skip for the timing. That is more for the linking record workflow. You can skip it for the timing. So just focus on the new one. So the workflow is pretty simple, right? There might be a possibility that the user who has come in might already have an ABHA address. We don't know that, right? So the simplified workflow is when you are trying to get the mobile number of the user. Based on that mobile number, you have that information whether that number has an ABHA address, has an ABHA number, has an ABHA address which is KYC using an ABHA using an Aadhaar as well. So all these three information is available to you. Basis that you can proceed ahead in the ahead journey to say that if I already have their ABHA address, if the mobile number OTP tells you the ABHA address which is KYC and which is not KYC, you can then proceed in the M1 journey to say if you don't find that again that mobile number there's an ABHA address or a number. So then you can proceed in the M1 flow to say that let me now create their workflow using Aadhaar.
It's I think idea is that your customers would be coming to you. They don't need to give you the ABHA number itself with the mobile number itself, and after validation you will be able to because when the OTP is sent to that mobile number, they can provide the details, ABHA details, ABHA address. They come into your system. So it's a facility which if you develop, it can be used to give it to your customers.
Got it.
Sir, one question, though you have earlier explained, one mobile number is that unique for one ABHA ID, or it can be that mapped with multiple ABHA ID?
So you can use the same mobile number for your all your family members, multiple.
So the combination of mobile number and ABHA ID will be a unique.
Yes. So once you get if you enter with a mobile number, and so you will get an option that these are the various. Suppose let's say my family, my wife is linked to the same ABHA number. So the customer will get that these are the two ABHA numbers which are linked to this mobile number with which we want to proceed.
So, sir, that user beneficiary will get that message with that both the ABHA number.
Yes.
Once he receives the message in his mobile,
they will not on the mobile. See, what you will get is let me say, you are creating a screen where the person enters that okay, I already have an ABHA. This is my mobile number which is linked to that ABHA. Once you send that mobile number to us, OTP and OTP is validated, we'll tell you that these are the from the backend we'll tell you the ABHA numbers linked to it. So you can show it to the customer that these are the three, let's say two numbers which are linked to it. With which one you want to proceed. So if I'm buying an insurance for myself, I'll say I want to proceed with my ABHA number. If I'm buying a policy for my wife, I'll check on my wife's mobile number, wife's ABHA number.
Okay, so that means that ABHA number will display along with that member name so that it can be easily identified.
Yes.
This is in case of existing users. Okay. So let me again, I will go back a bit. See, during your enrollment process, for example, you will ask user to declare his ABHA number, for example. Okay. So when he says, sir, I don't know, but I have a mobile number, can be verified. Your system should have a provision to look up, is there any ABHA created or not. So when you enter a mobile number and do OTP verification process, and then ABHA system gives you all the tabbed ABHA numbers with the address, whatever it is. Then you can choose, because the same mobile number is used for your entire family. You have to choose for whom you are actually purchasing the policy, right? So then you will select it. But this is for existing. If I say I don't have any ABHA number that I require to create, then you do the complete EKYC process. What we are now currently explaining. It's a new one altogether. So you do the verification process, and then you declare your Aadhaar number, and you do the EKYC process, and then submit to ABHA, and ABHA will give you the ABHA number in return. So that is a new process. So there are two use cases here. One is the ABHA already there with the person, but he doesn't know. Where you can look for ABHA number by entering your mobile number and OTP as per the process. And if you don't have an ABHA number, but because it is a mandatory for us, so you should ask them to declare their Aadhaar details so that they can create ABHA number from your system itself.
So even for that scenario, it will go to the customer for the OTP, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it is always customer. You will send OTP to the customer.
Okay. So then typically that is going to happen from the beneficiary end. Even if I'm capturing the Aadhaar number from my system, I can send a link to the customer for enter the OTP.
Yes.
So what we will do in case of group policies?
So in case of group policy,
the last time also, I think we have said, even if it is a group policy, to tap your policy, you have to create individual ABHA numbers, ma'am. But how do you do that? That process, I think, Narendra, we need to take. I mean, I don't know whether we have taken a decision. It's demographic demo Aadh hai na. So if that is allowed, that offline process can be done by payers. That is I think couple of insurers also asked, because when they are linking, creating these ABHA numbers, and they have entire EKYC data with their system, but they cannot go and ask beneficiaries to do through online again, right? So when they have a data, is there any provision to do this process from backend? So I said we may be having one option, that is a demo of the option. But yes, we only generate ABHA number and then link. But beneficiary has to get a notification, and then he has to confirm that it is his ABHA number or whatever it is.
That
There is a
API is what is that? What it will do?
demo Aadh. The demo Aadh actually takes data. There are 4 fields: Aadhaar number, name, age, and gender. You just need to send these 4 details so that it actually verifies against our database. If it is not, then it creates the ABHA number and then gives you the ABHA number. It is not you cannot have anything else. It creates without taking consent from beneficiary. But the communication should be sent to beneficiary as a notification so that they will confirm on the system. There is a process.
No, but there is a possibility of duplicate, right? Because we are every time.
No, there is no duplicate, because we are duplicating with the Aadhaar number, right?
Okay.
For the same beneficiary, if I come with Aadhaar number, system checks. First verification is demo Aadh, means the Aadhaar data that is there in database with and the detail that you pass, name, age, and gender, both are matching or not. If they are matching, then system checks, ABHA system checks whether this particular Aadhaar has any ABHA created or not. If so, then you get the same ABHA number. You will not get something new. So that is a base fundamental check.
Still, ABHA creation is happening through driving license also. But
yes.
it will be less getting.
Yes.
I understand. But the mobile number search?
Yadnej Amol here. So at the time of ABHA creation number, we have integrated with the Aadhaar line mobile OTP API. So we haven't integrated with biometric DL API. So is it available or is it not available? Biometric DL.
I think they are available, right, Narendra?
Biometric is not available for private right now.
Acha.
It was only for government systems.
Also, if I wanted to change the mobile number which are associated with the ABHA address, so is there any provision to change the mobile number?
Yes, so that edit profile option is when you once you log in with your previous mobile number, after validation, you can always update your mobile number.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
This address is similar to a UPI address that we have.
Yeah, so address is what we see in the system. What we created address is for people when they go. Sometimes when they go to if they go to a health facility, they may not remember their number. They may not be carrying it, but I would definitely remember like my Narendra Singh 1743 or something. It's similar to UPI address. It can also be used in the evidence system for linking of records. So,
okay, it is nothing to do with the kind of a communication address. There's nothing similar to that.
You can exchange records within various systems using an ABHA address.
Okay, but it is similar to UPI address. That is what
yes,
I
for that purpose, it is. Yeah, it is purpose. The idea behind ABHA address was similar to UPI. We derived them same number.
understood.
Vikram Yogesh here from Reliance. So, if a person wants to edit the profile, mandatory mobile app, ABHA mobile app should be present, right? Is there any other way around?
If they want to update the profile, they can essentially log in using any of the methods that as a customer I have.
But it has to be a linked mobile number.
Okay, one doubt here. Will the name be mandatorily captured as Aadhaar card name?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Name, gender, and DOB.
I believe in one of the sessions, it was informed that a single person can have multiple ABHA numbers. So
no, multiple ABHA numbers. See, ABHA is connected to your Aadhaar and one Aadhaar, one number.
Yeah, one Aadhaar, I understand, but that time the argument which was given is that there may be a customer who has his mental records which he does not want to disclose. So he may have multiple.
That is ABHA address. That's why we have the concept of ABHA address. Suppose you, not you, someone goes to some place. When I go to a doctor for a normal disease, let's say I got a viral fever, so I just give my normal thing. And if I develop some chronic illness, so I keep one record in one place, then I give a separate ABHA address. So that's where ABHA address. And one person can have multiple ABHA addresses.
Okay, one ABHA ID, but multiple ABHA addresses.
Multiple ABHA addresses.
Vikram sir, sorry to interrupt you. Swapnil from Kotak. Can we have this question and answer session after the presentation? Because I think we are getting diverted from this.
No, the reason is because what is the actionable expert from the insurance company and the M1? Because
yes, but
M1
let us first listen them now. Listen them now.
No, I think, we were just taking these questions because these are the things that we need to do. And next was, how we will support you during your M1 journey. I think the floor is open for question answer, but I can just show you this slide. I think what we will do was this, that sandbox, because I think most of you have registered on the sandbox ID. We'll send you again that link for this thing, a Word document which will explain the API documentation if you don't want to, go through the website. We are also in the process of setting up a Slack channel so that, you can just, send your queries immediately. And the information also login and how to get your queries. But till this time, the Slack channel is set up. From tomorrow itself, you can start. My number was already in that mail. and my email ID is also there. So you can call me up or you can send me mails, whatever queries are there. And we, what we have done is for next till 10th, we will be trying to respond to queries within the same day, so that by 10th, all of you are on the M1 journey completion. And if anything is left over, we'll close and on during that workshop.
Naren,
one query.
Yes.
I'm from Vidal Health as a TPA we are. So do we need to also integrate with the M1 for M1 service? Because we have the service provided to the insurance company. So how can we do the M2 directly, or maybe it's mandatory for us also to do the M1 integration?
So see, you have to, you can't go directly to M2 because you won't even have the ABHAs in your system.
Correct.
M1 is the starting point, identification of a person into the system.
Correct. So for that reason, I was coming to my other question: how TPAs will get integrated into this platform? What will be the role of TPA in this platform? How, because we do the transactions on behalf of insurers. So if we don't capture the Aadhaar ID,
Mr. Vikram,
Yagnish will be taking that portion. This TPA will be that NHCX part. So,
excuse me.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Vikram is there?
Sir, he just dropped off for some time. I'm Narendra here.
This meeting is not being held to answer the question, what is the role of TPA? If TPA have to understand that role, their role is very well defined in the regulatory framework. If TPA want a clarity of their role, they should talk to insurer. For the sake of brevity, I just want to tell that TPAs are called in this meeting because PSU general insurers told us that all their claim are handled by TPA. So if they want the clarity, otherwise we will not be able to finish this meeting in 6 hours. So TPAs should get the clarity from their insurers. And if you have any further question, please put in the chat box and let the person continue the presentation. That's my request to you.
So Narendra, I have one question, Rakesh here.
Yes.
You just mentioned in the previous slide that one ABHA ID, ABHA number can have multiple ABHA addresses.
Yes, sir.
Now, while creating an ABHA, so as a payer, if there is a feature, an option given in any of the application or portals for from a payer to create an ABHA number. So in the response, we will get an ABHA number and an ABHA address, right? So
you will create your own customized ABHA address.
Oh, okay. So the customer creates it, or it gives an input.
No, customer will create with the user input and ABHA address, which because the concept is that they should be able to remember that easily. So they will, if it is address is available, it will come to them. Suggestions will begin.
See, when you create ABHA, you will get ABHA number, okay, and you can use ABHA number to log in, and then you can have multiple ABHA addresses that you can create going to the portal and then do it.
Okay, but that the beneficiary would be doing, not
That
the payer.
beneficiary would not payer will not do that. Payer doesn't bother about all those things.
Okay. So,
Your job is to create. That's it.
Okay, and when the beneficiary comes to a payer, either he comes with ABHA number or ABHA addresses.
Yes,
If
he can come
with
correct, absolutely right.
If he comes with ABHA number, then there should be a provision to fetch all other ABHA addresses and ask for a customer which one he wants to continue with.
Yeah.
Is the workflow understood right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, great. Yeah.
So
Thank you.
I have a question. Within the same flow, let's suppose customer is not providing the ABHA number, but we have a phone number of that customer. So can I search the ABHA number against that phone number from the payer side, I mean to say, to get if there is any ABHA ID? If it is not, that I can create within the application itself. So do we require OTP consent in case of searching ABHA based on phone number?
Yes, currently you require.
In that scenario, like if agent is booking a policy with customer information, they need to call the customer that I need your OTP, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Sir, Narendra sir, one question. In that case, agent while creating that proposal, that point of time that ABHA is searching the ABHA from that ABHA database. From there, how it will be searched? It is through that API search or it will be from front end search?
No, it's an API. You will see. You will send the ABHA number to an API. To an API call, you will submit the mobile number. Our system will send an SMS OTP to the mobile number, and when you front end, you will enter that OTP and API exchange. You will get the details.
So, sir, in that case, if you call the API, so customer beneficiary will get the OTP.
Yes.
So that OTP will share to the agent. Agent will put that OTP like that, or sir, beneficiary will get some link from there. He will get the give the OTP, and ABHA will come to us. Means agent.
Beneficiary will get an OTP.
Yeah, so essentially, if you are doing the agent journey, right? So in that case, the beneficiary gets an OTP, and the OTP is shared to the agent will just enter it on the platform, and then from there the journey can get completed. If it's an agent-driven journey, if it's a customer-driven journey, the customer is anyway entering all of it on the platform itself.
So I think this is currently that mobile number and OTP is a thing that we provide, and how you integrate into your business processes is something which you will have to design as per your process. How you that part we're not not dictating how you do it.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. This is Manraj from Future Generali. So one question: is there any need that you need to verify the name? Because the customer can come with any name. Suppose I'm buying a policy in my name, but I can put my ABHA number. But should I need to verify the name also? I mean, it should be the same or something like that.
Yeah, so that's what I said. If you are someone is giving you an ABHA number and you want to verify that ABHA number, that the number. Suppose I give you.
So verification is okay, but in a single mobile number, if he gives, there can be multiple names, right?
Yes.
So should I allow only to buy the policy any of the name matches, or should I take the name from the ABHA number?
No, so when you do a mobile number OTP workflow, you get the ABHA address along with the name as well. So you will have to validate and ensure it's the same individual against whom you are stamping that ABHA address in your system.
So you mean to say that I should only allow to use that ABHA name which against ABHA ID?
Yes.
So Narendra,
I would suggest that because they see the name in that ABHA number is same what is there in the Aadhaar system.
Yeah, they clarified it just now. It will be Aadhaar. If the Aadhaar base, it cannot change.
Sir, because there can be a conflict now, because the CKYC process is also involved.
Yeah.
IRDA says that the CKYC name also has to be the same as.
Aadhaar,
so if there is a conflict, it can be from the PAN card also, na? If there is a name change in the ABHA and the CKYC, what should we do?
The name change see, that's what I'm saying. If the base is Aadhaar card for ABHA ID, irrespective of the name, our correlation should be always with Aadhaar card for the name. Otherwise,
but in eKYC, there will be let's suppose PAN card number have A and in Aadhaar I have a B. What will
so there can be
a
chance. There can be a conflict also.
Yeah. Now probably those things are being I think corrected. I don't know what is the status now. But today, if both are different, they are asking us to correct, isn't it? Aadhaar name and
no. As of now, it's not there. It's not there, and we are facing this issue. Yes.
Okay. Hello. Hi. Again, we would like to reiterate on that point. But if you right now see, the IRDA has specified that all insurance company should provide the policy basis on the name of CKYC's register.
Correct.
So, okay, probably in the CKYC, the name would have been registered through a PAN or something else. Okay, PAN or something else is possible. Now, which one we should go after the implementation of ABHA or say, because now as per what you say, whatever name is there in ABHA, that has to come into the policy also. So now which one will supersede this thing is a confusion now.
No, 1 second. 1 second. I don't know. I can only suggest. See, for KYC verification, CKYC verification, right now we'll have to go by PAN only. As far as policy name is concerned and ABHA ID is being captured, let us go by ABHA ID, Aadhaar card name. How does it, will it cause a problem? I am asking. Suppose
Because,
the name
yes,
the problem is that we have already been instructed that we will have to follow whatever name is specified in the CKYC CR. In the sense, CKYC register, whatever name it has been registered there, only that name we are supposed to provide a policy. We have to freeze the name in our policy.
Okay, so it's a good point you raised. So CKYC, does it give an option for Aadhaar and PAN both? Or only PAN?
You have n number of options there because you can go with either if you don't have a CKYC also, you can create a CKYC with your PAN, with your Aadhaar, with your I think there are 3 or 7 categories like that. Driving license. So, and in case if somebody has a different name altogether, and which
so what I'm saying, probably what we require from IRDM, since Mr. Pankaj is there, CKYC, even if it is done with PAN number, I think the system, the regulation should allow us to issue policy as per Aadhaar name or ABHA ID name.
That is what. Now that clarity has to be brought in because
okay,
till now,
fine.
Till now only CKYC's reference
Excuse me. You have raised your concern. It is noted. Let us move ahead.
Okay.
And again, I am requesting, just a moment. Again, I am requesting, please do not interfere in the first. Let presentation be completed.
One second. Pankaj, 1 second. Let NHCX take a call in that. Which question to be answered? Otherwise, as you suggested, let these questions, let them say, okay, put it in the chat box.
Just a moment.
What do you call? What is
just
that?
a moment. Just a moment.
Can be created.
Just a moment. We have to organize this meeting in an organized manner, and we have to finish this meeting by 4 o'clock, right? We have given a defined time frame of 2 hours, and meeting has to finish by 4 o'clock. In order to ensure that, I request again.
Mr. Narendra Singh, let Narendra Singh reply. Mr. Singh.
Yes.
Mr. Narendra Singh.
Sir, my presentation is over now, sir.
Okay, so then let us move to next one.
It is 3 o'clock 10 minutes. Let us start the let us start the NHCX one also.
Yes, move to that.
Fine. Then let the questions be put. We can, if you can make a FAQ of all the questions.
Yes, we will do it, sir. Yes.
Yeah, great. Fine, thanks.
We will request,
and another thing, I have put in the chat box twice. In spite of that, participants are not giving their name and company name. All are requested to give their name and company name in the chat box immediately, without any further delay.
Whatever questions are there, let it be raised and let it go in the chat box or wherever it is, so that FAQs are there. Okay.
Sure, Shashi sir. Yagnesh ji, can you please make your presentation and then we can take the questions?
Sir, I have no presentation as such, but yes, sir, I just want to communicate to all of them. There is a confusion among many people on what is level 0, level 1 or so, sir. This is where I think we presented to IRDA last week. Most of the people are getting confused with ABHA creation and then our link policy with ABHA. So, to make everyone understand, the sandbox process is same. The level 0 sandbox onboarding process is same for both HIECM, means ABHA creation, and NHCX process. There is no separate sandbox creation. Of course, everyone has done that process. There is no doubt. And the level 1.1 is a NHCX participation registry. This is where there is a confusion. So this NHCX participation, the participant registration comes only when you start communicating to your providers or your payers, vice versa. Okay, if you don't have a registration done in NHCX, you can't communicate to providers as well as peers. So that is where we have requested each and every insurance company or TPA if applicable and providers to register their participant, their IDs in our NHCX registry. So this is where we have seen some gap. Very few people have registered out of 29, maybe 13 plus. Now we have got 2 more. But the rest of them are actually has to be registered so that you can actually start seeing what is NHCX. Otherwise, most of the public companies they were thinking that okay, since TPS are going to process, so we don't have any role, so we may not be required to register. No, it is not true. So we have clearly communicated, said very clear to all of you guys that as a peer you should have a entry and you should make a small component, and the claim whatever submitted by providers should come through NHCX first to the payers, means insurance companies, then it goes to wherever it is. If you want to send directly to TPS, you can send directly to TPA, or if you want to keep and process at your end, that can be done at your end. But it has to be come to you, and then it should be routed to the concerned TPA. So that is one clarity that I want to give. And the level 1.2 is where we are talking now. The M1 ABHA milestone is very important to link your policies. So earlier we were actually talking only linking policy with ABHA, right? But you are not aware fully how to create ABHA ID and all. So that is where this particular session is initiated, and you need to comply with M1 of ABDM for HICM ke liye. Once you have that M1 complaint, then you can use the ABHA number to link your policy. So until unless you create an ABHA ID or you have an ABHA ID with you, you cannot send that information to NHCX for tapping your policy with ABHA. And in turn we will update a profile. That is there is a benefit APS that we will do it. But you need to call. Of course, 3-4 insurance companies have already implemented this. And you further requirement, further is any requirement for you, or okay, any help required, you please approach us. So we will try to help linking policy with ABHA. And the level T is where we had almost 7 sessions so far, and we still see there is a confusion. But yes, it is completely new subject, so it takes some time. We also aware it requires more number of sessions. We are planning, we are committed to do whatever is required for you. But yes, I request all insurance companies, tech teams at least, to go through that insurance plan what is published by NRCS in our portal. So without insurance plan, there is no communication. That is where we have been telling, kindly go through the documentation available in NRCS site, and also discuss with us, okay, if you have any doubts. We are actually getting calls from all the insurance companies on technical side. That is very good. I mean, we are here to help. There is no doubt. But what has to be encoded as part of insurance plan? What has to be encoded as part of check eligibility, coverage eligibility, PRIA submission, that profile information. So few people have already done it, but no other movement. Maybe you are fully aware, you are waiting for some other instruction, something we don't know. But there is a little movement, okay, especially on level 2 side. And until unless you complete level 2, we are actually trying to recommend that M1, even though you completed M1, we will go the certification process only after you complete level 2. Then only you will get the production keys. So I request all the insurance companies and tech teams to see what is published so far. And if you see any gaps, you please let us know. We are continuously talking to all insurance companies. Majority of the insurance companies raise their concerns. We have noted, and we are preparing ourselves for 10th workshop, where we will run through, we will integrate all the services. But in case if you require any more clarity, you please write to us. We will try to explain, or okay, we'll try to resolve your problems. And we had, of course, technically we also had some challenges at our end, since it is a new platform that we created. We have certain access privileges issues that we have sorted now. now people should able to communicate through their test stubs. Okay, if you are a payer, probably you can create a test stubs for your provider system to communicate through NHCX. If you are a provider, you can have some other side test stubs to communicate to you. So that process you can at least do now. So any confusion on level 1.2 here, which is the detail. Level 1.2 is a registration, is a creation of ABHA and linking that ABHA with policy, your product or policy.
Sir, we have one small doubt. Now, for example, this is again a layman question probably. Say, for example, in one policy, I have 4 members who are insured. And against each member, there will be an unique ABHA ID, correct?
Correct, sir.
Correct. Maybe that is linked to a one mobile number. That is a possibility. That is okay. Now,
Correct,
having
sir.
said, when we say that we'll have to link ABHA number to the policy, whose
Correct.
ABHA number should I link? Because there are 4 members in this policy. Each
I
having one
said, sir, I repeatedly saying the same thing. Though it is a family, every individual must have ABHA. ABHA is not meant for, you have to create ABHA for each and every beneficiary.
Obviously, it will be created, but now
So when you link
the policy, whether
when you link anyway, you are going to link with ABHA ID, right? ABHA ID may be unique for all individuals, correct?
Correct. So all
It cannot be same
one
for all.
policy can have more than one ABHA ID.
Yes. See,
That's
for
my
me,
question. That's all.
yeah, okay, fine.
That's my question. Because is it going to be the one?
No, it is not policy to ABHA. It is not policy to ABHA. It is ABHA to policy. Okay. See, because a beneficiary, when comes to avail service at hospital, he will declare his ABHA number and then get service. So then he will definitely get a policy, right?
Okay, this is it. Then this will act in the same form as like we have in the health insurance policies, wherein each member will have a unique UHID number, something like that.
Correct.
Okay. So this should be planned in such a manner. Okay, that is understood, sir. Thank you so much for the clarity.
Sir, this is the Oriental Insurance Scheme. One small clarification. Can you just tell us what is the repercussion of somebody is already having an ABHA ID and he is coming to us and we are just capturing it and not verifying it. So what are the cascading effect of that? Like how it is envisaged?
You should not allow, actually, to be honest with you. Until unless you verify, you cannot do that.
Okay, so the mandate is that if somebody is coming to me and I should definitely have that ABHA ID or ABHA address of that particular person. And if he is not having that, then insurance company should be facilitated to create that also.
Correct.
With the help of Aadhaar and all.
Correct. That is what this M1 all about.
And probably what we can get from the discussion is that probably when these records will be pushed to National Health Claim Exchange and all, then if it is not having a valid Aadhaar, valid ABHA ID, then probably it will be rejected. Is that understanding correct or something like some verification?
You see, technically, if you speak, it doesn't even accept that request until unless you send the ABHA number. Okay. And it is not going to stop a service for beneficiary also, because see, ABHA is again optional. Even this whole NHCX is also an optional. So if he has his policy ID, he can go and get, but he cannot leverage the benefits that we are providing through this whole NHCX and ABDM ecosystem. That is the only gap.
What are those, sir? If you can just kindly elaborate so that we can like.
See, we are trying to build an ecosystem, right? ABDM is just not only creation of ABHA, right? We are trying to enable hospitals, doctors, insurance companies to share information by taking consent from user. Instead of carrying by documents or so, you can do everything through online. So that is possible only if you have some registry somewhere, some data somewhere, right? If you don't give the data and you cannot get anything, everything has to be manual again.
Agreed. So he will not be onboarded with with the ecosystem, and hence he will not be getting any perceived benefits or benefits which will be coming with that ecosystem. So that understanding is correct.
Yes, correct.
But what we have wanted to understand as an insurer is that suppose some there are the varieties of insurers which come to us. So at some point of time, maybe few people will not, they will say, no, you have to give me policy without ABHA ID, I will not create that. So whether, what will be our approach, whether we are going to make it mandatory or we should not, like that is what actually the...
I cannot comment, sir. Now that is a policy decision that I will leave it to IRD and NHCX. That we will discuss later. As we will note in.
Just a moment. From which company this person is talking?
Oriental Insurance, sir.
Are you not aware that IRD has already issued a circular to all insurance companies that they have to have provision?
We definitely know there is a circular, but it is
Please let me complete.
Please
let me complete. Please allow me to complete, please. Can I talk now?
Yes, sir, please.
IRDA has issued a circular to all insurance company to have a provision for ABHA in the proposal form. Now, if a person is coming to take the insurance company and a new person, if he does not have the ABHA, it is your job to create the ABHA and put in the proposal form.
No, sir, that is
what more clarity is needed?
No, sir, that is absolutely okay. But you know, can an insurance company forcefully ask that you have to give me the Aadhaar because it is based on Aadhaar and all? So whether we will be forcefully and mandatorily asking him that without that means without.
Are you not following 64 VB because the regulator has given the instruction, and this is also instruction from circular from IRDA. So is this not an instruction? That where is the word coming forcefully? Are you not telling the policyholders that IRDA has said, therefore we are increasing the premium? IRDA has said, therefore you have to give this. In that, what is the problem?
Sir, problem is not with the insurance company, but with the insureds. So that is a perceived kind of a scenario which we are just discussing. It's
No.
There is no problem with insurance companies.
May I know your good name, please?
Sir, we are from Oriental Insurance.
What is your name? I'm asking.
Dipankar. Yes.
See, you need to understand that there is a very clear-cut circular from IRDA that all proposal forms have to have ABHA ID, right? Like there is a requirement of giving name in proposal form. There is a requirement of giving ABHA ID also in the proposal form. And you have to educate the customer, which is one of your job, that if you give ABHA ID in your proposal form, it will be easier to you, and any such sharing of data will happen only through your consent. This is one of your job to educate the policy holder, which you are supposed to do when telling them why ABHA ID is needed. I hope it is very, very clear now.
Okay, sir, we got whatever you said, but let us, okay, we will do that. No issues.
Sir, this is Purvi Sharma from ABHA, Aditya Birla Health Insurance. One question I have, it is related to, say, suppose a PAN card is linked with the Aadhaar. Nowadays, if we search and download CKYC number, we get the details of the Aadhaar also from the SIR side. So in this continuation, will be getting the ABHA ID also against the CKYC number if we will search, if we will do search and download? Sir, was my question clear, or shall I repeat it?
We are not very clear, ma'am, that CKYC process.
Okay, so actually right now what happens is whenever we are doing KYC, and if we have a PAN card and he is registered with the SARSAI, and we do search and download with the PAN card details, SARSAI gives the response, and in the response we get the linked Aadhaar details of the customer as well. Now my point is, if in case we are getting the details of the linked Aadhaar card, Aadhaar will be linked to ABHA also.
Correct.
So will we get that details from SARSAI in the response that you are actually syncing your data with SARSAI, or you are not syncing it with SARSAI?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. We are not doing that.
Okay. Thank you. I suggest, sir, if something can happen in this lines will help us to, keep the process very streamlined for the customer, because now in current journey, there will be multiple OTPs going to the customer. One in KYC, one in the at the time of creating ABHA, and the other will be for proposal validation and payment process. So there will be around 3 OTPs which we will exchange with the customer. So can we think through this process where you can pass your data to Sarsai and we can get this journey linked with the KYC journey itself?
Noted, ma'am.
Yes, we will explore if we should, if we can reduce the number of OTPs. Yeah.
Ignish, hi. Midun from Codigis General Insurance. Our doubt is, see, when the ABHA is created and we have tagged it to one particular policy, that information is with that particular insurance company. How will this information flow to NHA system?
No, there is a participant linking policy API, na? ABHA linking policy API. We have already shared in our portal, and we have explained also multiple times. There is a API for linking and delinking. Okay, so we will be sharing that if required. Again,
it will be a part of M1 only, right? M1 phase. Right?
It is M1 phase only. So during that M1 phase, you are going to call this API to link policy. That's it. That's why it is M1 plus level 1.1 and 1.2. So 1.2 talks about M1 ABHA creation and also ABHA policy linking.
Okay, this API details is available in the site, or should we write separately for this?
No. It is already there in our NHCX sandbox. We will share again.
Okay, thanks, Ignish.
Sir, another question, whether once after implementing this thing, this will be not a retro effect, correct? All are prospective.
Correct.
Okay.
One more question from Oriental Insurance, Ignish. Like, this is probably what we will be doing is that we will, whether we link directly our core insurance solution or policy issuance platform with it, or we will be, integrating with an intermediary platform from where people can generate the idea and put that in the proposal form. How it is envisaged?
It is at your convenience. We are not mandating that, okay, it should be part of your core insurance system, or okay, it should be something outside. So you can create a bridge software as we discussed multiple times, and then do whatever is required, and then ensure, okay, whole process is there. Instead of disturbing your core system, you can have a separate component and then do. Ultimately, the data should again go and sit in your core system also, right? So data action happens between you guys, our bridge software and your core system, and again, you may send some information to your providers. So everything linked. I mean, everything is related with each other. So how you want to do it is up to you.
But it's mandatory in onboarding journey, right?
So Yagnesh, Rakesh here from ICICI Lombard. So you just mentioned, right, while you initiated the discussion. So there is a contact that is available in case we are facing challenges towards trying to implement eligibility check or pre-auth APIs. So can you just share that contact? Honestly, I'm missing that.
We have already shared one email ID, and I think Vishal Vishwakarma, his email ID is with all insurance companies, if not wrong.
Okay,
and we have, if not, okay, we will share the details again, and we will see for all insurance companies. So we will also, I mean, what I also mandated our guys to call each and every tech from your side, maybe one text box must be there, right? So you please share those text box details so that we will communicate proactively and then see is there any issue. Because I see only 3-4 companies are very proactive. They are approaching us. They are getting doubts clarified, and few of them they have written an email. and we are responding, but later what is happening, we don't know. So
Okay.
we just want to break this silence. Okay, that is the reason we have set up this call. So we will proactively call you guys and then understand where exactly you are.
Perfect. So if you
Again-
can share that connect
again-
over here in the chat along with the
again-
email ID.
Just a moment. Again, I would like to reiterate, I would like to request each and every insurance company and TPA to clear your doubt in the session. Please ensure that. Please ensure that you are clearing your doubts, because one of the NHA representative is saying that he is. Can you put on mute, please? Somebody is talking. Can you put on mute, please? I again request to all of you, as one of the representative from NHA has mentioned, that there are only 3-4 companies who are actively interacting with them and others are not doing. All are requested to please be active. There will not be any chance of integration after 12th August. It has to be 100% integration. Please ensure that. Go ahead.
So that's it from my side, sir. Any doubts we can take, and otherwise we will. Vikram, sir.
One more point, Purvi, this
Yep.
is from Aditya Birla. Is it mandatory for group policies also? Group health?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. See, you can start with normal, but it is mandatory for every policy, ma'am. It is not only for specific policies. We don't have any such discrimination, and we never said that it is only for few set of people.
Because no, right now for even IRDA, KYC is not made mandatory for group.
For now, what we would require, what I imagine is that it would require all the group policy holders, whoever is in that group, they should provide all their details along with their ABHA number to us. And that can be added to the policy issued to the policy holders. For example, if PwC is having 50 members coming together and taking a group insurance policy, so all the ABHA numbers, the ABHA numbers of those 50 persons would also be required to be put in while issuing the group insurance policy. That is the requirement, and we would have to think about maybe sending a messages to those 50 participants to get their ABHA number made, or provide a functionality on your website, things like that. We'll have to think about those ways. There are 89 different ways of creating ABHA. There are 89 different platforms of creating ABHA. So wherever that is possible for them, they should create and give it to us.
And sir, actually we have a challenge over here. Wherever we have launched KYC also, and where customer is sourced through bank.
Right?
So if the sourcing is happening from the bank end and bank is doing the KYC, then we get the KYC details and CKYC number from the bank itself. Now we do not have the direct contactability with the customer in the case of where the sourcing is from the bank assurance channel. Now we will not be able to send OTP to that customer because it's coming to the bank RM, and he is sold a policy. In that case, we can go for ABHA creation after he has been onboarded into our system and his policy has been created. We can do a campaign to create a ABHA. But now, before that, we do not have the touch base itself with the customer. So how to handle this situation?
I mean, we'll have to, you know insurance, how it is distributed, but the moment you make it after the policy is issued, then it becomes completely a different ball game. Nobody is interested to create because the policy has already been issued. So we will have to find some ways. We'll have to ask, for example, as I mentioned, if somebody is in charge of issuing 50 policy holders policy to 50 policyholders in a group, then at least you will have some contact of the person who is in charge of those 50 persons, right? You will have to ask them that give your ABHA numbers.
So we have to ask banks, you mean to say, PSUs and like HDFC, ICICI banks to start creating the ABHA ID of their customer.
Yeah, they give you the names of those persons, right? You tell them that, and we are under the circular of IRDA, we are required for asking ABHAs. Please provide that, and these are the ways where you can create ABHAs.
My only humble request is when IRDA made KYC mandatory, there was a circular which was also, floated to all the bank assurance broking bank assurance channels, as well as banks from the regulators end only. So can't it be done the same way for NHA also, so that we will get a support over here?
I don't understand what support is required.
So like I require that the similar strategy which was done at the time of KYC getting launched for all insurers, all the sourcing channels, partners, and basically the bank assurance, people got to know that there is a circular coming in the insurance company where we have to pass a KYC to them, and it was actually from the in regulators and only they were informed. So the similar way can NHA take an initiative towards informing all the banks who are sourcing, big banks who are sourcing policies in insurance.
May I know from which company you are speaking, ma'am?
I'm from Aditya Birla Health Insurance.
See, ma'am, you have made your point fairly. You are telling, see, who is corporate agent? Corporate agent is doing business with you, na?
I totally agree with you, sir. I totally
Please allow
agree.
me. Please, madam, we are listening to you patiently. Please allow me 2 minutes. Okay. See, as mentioned by NHA people, IRDA has given a circular to all the insurance company to ensure that ABHA number is there on the proposal form. Right? Is this clear?
Yes, sir. It's clear.
Point number 2 is, now when, see, KYC, why we have given? Because KYC was having lot of impact. ABHA number is impacting only health insurance business. We have given the instruction to the insurance company in respect of new policy holder, when you are issuing the policy from whatever channel it is coming, if it is coming through your agent, it is the responsibility of the agent. If it is coming through bank, it is responsibility of the corporate agent. If it is coming to the direct, it is the job of the insurance company to ensure that ABHA it is in place, right? Okay.
So then, sir, then we should take it in phases, because this implementation will be required from the partners and only. Then the deadline of 12th August, meeting this deadline will be something very difficult.
Yeah, 12th, I think you are confusing two things. I think you are confusing two things. The deadline of 12th is the integration of insurance system with NHA, of which having ABHA is one of the part, right? Am I clear?
Okay.
We are not saying that on 12th you should have this ABHA with all the corporate agents and everything.
Understood.
But you have to start the procedure now to ensure that maximum policy holders should have ABHA who are coming to take policy from you. We understand that it is not possible that by 12th you will tell each and every corporate agent, but when it is there in your proposal form, then in respect of new policies which are coming, they have to ensure that they are getting the ABHA ID. That is the only point. We are not saying that no, for every policyholder on 12th you should have the ABHA. We are saying in respect of new business only, you have to ensure ABHA is there. How ABHA can come in respect of existing policyholder? That is the task we and NHA, we have to see how it can be done with the help of insurer. So this is only for new business that you are going to source. Understood?
Understood, sir. But new business also sourcing is done from bank assurance. We have to onboard them, no? I've taken
Then
your point down. I've
you
taken
have
your
to
point.
onboard them means I could not understood. You have to onboard them means you mean to say that every corporate agent has to come to NHA.
No. We have to, as an insurance company, we have to onboard them that they have to start sending ABHA ID, and then we should also have a process of creation.
That is the job between you and them, and that is why we are doing this meeting on 2nd, and we are giving you 10 days time. Otherwise, we would have done this meeting with the 10th to 12th meeting. That's why time is being given to you.
Okay, Pankanji, good evening. This is from Novak. We are the tech partner of Shriram General Insurance.
Okay.
I would like to add on to your point, sir. Whatever you have said is perfect and very clear. Purviji, you will have to understand two things actually. One is something which regards to business and onboarding customer. This is nothing to do with IRD and things. These are the things that we need to cater and we need to discipline and we need to bring in by communicating to our business partners, so that they won't be helping us. Now, the timeline and integration, whatever is being spoken here, is only with the integration part that we as an insurance company need to do with the NHCX. So that is something different. Only that integration part, we need to ensure that by 12th we are ready. So that is, I think that Pankaj sir is very clearly, detailed that. So number one, and one more thing which Purviji, I would like to address here is that regarding that CKYC, your points are truly valid, but one thing we should understand, CKYC is something which got introduced into the financial system much before to the insurance domain. So this was something which is common all across the financial domain, insurance being a part of it, which came later on to the CKYC part. So this communication was circulated to the entire fintech industry, right? So this communication, when we are talking about this particular program right now, is pertaining to the health insurance part, and the banks or the other partners, business partners, has nothing to do with it. So this would be only linked to those hospitals or the insurance policies where the health domain is concerned. So that is the reason IRDA is communicated to the concerned parties, not the banks or any other partner. Now, wherever it comes to the business part, we as a insurance company need to ensure that we are communicating to our business partners to collect this as a mandatory requirement, because this is according to the IRDA guidelines. Nobody is going to refuse it, because for this instance, any insurance company, for the customer to matter wherever he is going or she is going, they will have to abide the same rule, which has been very commonly given by IRDA to all insurance companies. So I don't think so that will be a problem. It is only about a hygiene factor that we create and we educate our partners to do so. Now to the technology side, we have also a question. Now, as Purviji raised a right point that for a group health insurance, when we are creating, n number of people are there. So now, say for example, by our bad luck, since it is a new thing, most of them doesn't have a ABHA ID creation. Now, do we have an integration kit? Just now, as we are giving, do you have a bulk integration kit also, wherein I can give and collect the numbers of various members inside that policy, group policy, and I can give you at a stretch all this number to at least ensure that I can create or I can know what are this ABHA numbers against these people? Is that possible?
Right now, it is not possible. What we would have to do is maybe we will, in the group insurance policy, what we believe that might work is that we send information material, some awareness material, some brochures, and which we already have on our website and we will make available to you. Will also create specific.
That is okay, sir. This is just to ensure that whether something can be done like that, because see, when it comes to the business part, as Purviji, I can understand what she's trying to say, because with regards to business, because that, see, when I ask a group person to create this and then give me, they might take a step back. But if there is a provision that I can create them as I have an individual creation API, if I can extend them that facility also, that would make an advantage over my business creations. Because if I can have a bulk ID creation or a bulk ID recognition of whether an ABHA ID exists with the given numbers, that would help. This you can probably, you know, think it on a second phase or something. This is just a suggestion.
Yeah, can you please send us this in writing?
Oh, sure, of course, of course. Can we are, since a tech partner of SJC, do you want us to communicate directly, or do you want us to communicate through
Whatever, we are okay. It doesn't matter to us. You send us in writing to this what is required and why is it required. We will think over it and.
Of course, we would. Then I think we will be happy to connect directly. No problem.
Vikramji.
Ji, sir.
Sir, actually, I had to attend some other meeting.
Sir.
With your permission, if you permit me, I want to go out.
Sir.
Meeting.
Sure.
That is one thing, but I request each and every, and particularly GI Council Sachinar sir, that please ensure that who has attended this meeting along with the company number. We should have that data, sir, right?
Yeah, that let NHA will have this list of participants.
No, NHA will have, but we have to be very clear in the meeting that we should have the database of who has attended, and after the meeting, it needs to be shared with us, whether NHA or GI Council. We need the data of name along with insurance company, so we are clear who has attended and who has not attended. Then accordingly, I want to take up with those companies who have not attended the program.
Okay.
Thank you.
Pankajji's probably then you can, we can, as per your request, we can all share through the chat our contact numbers and the name of the company.
Yes, sir, that's what I am saying. So
that has already been started, I think. Somebody had asked for it. It has already been started. People are sharing name and all.
So that's what I'm saying.
Same time, they can share their questions also for creating FAQ so that the time is saved.
I think, again, I'll reiterate, between NHA and GI Council, please get the name and insurance company in some record and kindly email to me after this meeting. That's what I wanted to request. Okay. Thank you very much.
I will again request everybody to please change their names so that it also reflects the company's name, because for example, if Ajita is joining or Anvin is joining, we do not know as to which company they belong to. You can write your organization also in your Zoom name, and also please write in the chat box. We will have an idea, and we're doing it specifically because we want to know who is joining, who has not joined, so that we are also aware about this, and DI wants to know about it. Thank you.
Because if you are not giving your full number here, then we will assume that you have not attended the meeting here, and then we will say from this company nobody has attended. Okay, so please give your full name. Thank you.
Are there any more questions? We have about 9 more minutes there for about HCX and ABHA.
This is Magma.
Yeah, whoever wants to ask questions, they can raise their hand so that we will be able to know who is in the line, and the next person we can give the opportunity. Yeah, please go ahead, Sunil ji.
Yes, so this is Sunil from Magma. In the start, when the presentation was shown by Vikram or Narendra, so I saw that there is, so we have done a registration through the portal, but that was on the chat sandbox. But is there a separate registration which you need to do on a separate environment, or is the sandbox onboarding part only, the onboarding registration?
No, sandbox is good enough. You have registered there, you will get a client ID, and I think you must have received that client ID.
No, I need to check, because the last there was I was not part of that, but our claims team attended that. But the organization name, Magma organization name, did not list on the onboarding part. So, but we have completed the onboarding on the sandbox. So I just wanted to know that, do we need to do registration through the API?
Yeah, you need to register as a participant for NHCX. There is a participant registry APIs.
Correct.
Even to do that M1 part for ABDM, right? You need to register your bridge URL as a HIP or HRU, HIC or whatever based on the role, so that you can create. You will get the response. Of course, you are not doing other things. If you want to do M3, yes, you need to have this mechanism. Otherwise, for M1 ABHA ID creation, you just need to integrate those APIs. Set of APIs are there, bunch of APIs, and then everything can be done. Once you have got ABHA registration done, sorry, integration done, you need to call one API that is on NHCX. Link ABHA with policy. So where you cannot simply communicate to NHCX platform because you need to register as a payer in our NHCX participant registry. So for that also we have enabled APIs to do that.
Okay, so this entire thing consider as so ABHA creation is one part, and linking of ABHA with the policy through the NHCX platform is consists part of the M1 journey, or
Yes, correct. Both put together, you can say.
Got it. Thank you.
Narendra, you will be sharing the documentation on the detailed API, right? From the ABDM one diagram that was mentioned.
Yeah, we'll share that complete documentation post this thing.
Everybody.
So can I go next?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So my queries were very short and crisp. The first one was with regards to ongoing long-term policies where we are issuing, we are collecting installments from the customers. So I am assuming that they will continue because their inception is probably this year, last year, whatever. And the second query was specific to renewal, where we are sending renewal notices, and as per product filing, we have a grace period of about 30 days. So in the event that whatever interruption that we will have whenever we release it, we will have some renewal notices which are already been released, and where we have not mentioned that the ABHA number is required. So in those cases, if those customers come in, so for example, today is 2nd August, and we have a renewal which is due on 11th August. Okay, we have already released the renewal notice probably in the month of June. So in those cases, we have not mentioned in the renewal notice that you need to, it is mandatory to submit your ABHA number, etc., etc. So in those cases, if the customer is coming online and if he's making the payment, should we not go ahead and renew those cases, or should we insist that we require it prior to issuance? These were the two questions. Thank you.
Sir, I don't have answer for this, sir, but we'll come back, sir. I mean, I don't know exactly what I have to say for these kind of scenarios.
What is the question? Can it be asked again?
This is for renewal scenario, sir. Yeah, please go ahead, Pushkar.
So see, I'll just simulate this. So since we are in August right now, and let's say once we have the implementations done, for all future renewals, we will be including a statement confirming that an ABHA is mandatory, etc., etc., and so on. So that is not a problem. But whenever we go live, we will have that window period where renewal notices have already been received, where this information has not been given to our customers. So they will reach out to us with premiums. Some of them may have already paid the premium online also, but policy issuance may not have happened, and so on. So in these cases, since we have not mentioned anything on the renewal notice, should we accommodate these policies, or should we not accommodate these and insist on ABHA?
One second. Can I just clarify here? Let's say IRDA circulars come, but ABHA is not mandatory. You have to ask, in the proposal form, you have to facilitate people to give ABHA ID. And then if they are giving ABHA ID, they have to also give consent for their records. But it is entirely optional for them. But probably, as Pankaj said and others are saying, you should also educate them that why they should go for ABHA ID. But ABHA ID cannot be made mandatory for issuing policy. I think there is some confusion here.
Yeah, Shashi sir is right. Only thing is that we want to, it is an advisory, but
yes,
what is required from all insurance companies is that at least they should have this feature wherein
it will be there.
Create and they are able to verify. Nobody is going to hang you saying that कि आपने 100 कर लिए, आपने उसमें 80 में लिया, 20 में नहीं लिया. That is not the intention. Intention, as Shashi sir said, is very right. The idea is to educate, inform, and it is in their best interest. But 16 crore people have insurance, have health insurance policies, and the idea is that can we use that that reach to create ABHA numbers and make available the advantages of the digital mission to them?
Yeah, and having our ID and ABHA details will help us in both not only at the time of underwriting but also at the time of claims. So what was discussed was in the proposal form, the question should capture both. Yes, ABHA ID is there and they were giving consent for the entire policy period to access their health records. Otherwise, only we'll have number probably for the ID purpose, but we have to serve the purpose. So this is something we can discuss separately. It was discussed in the past also. If we want, we can also have a discussion again on this, the benefit of having this.
Sir, in absence of ABHA ID, how do we expect further claim integration through National Health Claims Exchange?
Vikram?
Yagnesh?
Okay.
Sir, that is where I am saying, sir, if at all, if someone has to use digital goods, as we have made for HICM, for that health documents exchange, for NHCX, for claim section, sir, the ABHA is must.
So policy and claim will not move to NHCX without ABHA ID, right?
Without ABHA ID, sir. Correct,
Very
sir.
clear. Very clear.
Yeah, but the point is that the only thing, I am not an insurance expert, but what I'm trying to say is when a policy is issued and the time the claim is claimed, so there is some time, right? So in that time, we can like nudge the user to create ABHA, give more options to him, even when he comes and on the website and checks, provide those options. During hospitalization, that can be created. So that would be very helpful.
Yagnesh, so I think there are two ways of looking at it. One, then as per what Sashiji says, at the proposal stage, this is not mandatory. But while if I am submitting the claim, which I will have to do in terms of all the health insurance, so while I'm submitting the claim, then I necessarily need a ABHA number, right?
Correct. Just because ABHA is an identifier that we are using to validate any beneficiary. Of course, I mean, this was also communicated.
Indirectly for my customers, I'm making ABHA mandatory, not at the proposal stage.
One second, gentleman from Novak.
Yeah.
Neither at the time of onboarding nor at the time of claim, we can insist that you should have a ABHA ID. No. The education starts at the time of proposal form that will tell them what are the benefits of having ABHA ID, how it helps us in underwriting, and how it will help at the time of claim also. See, at the time of claim, maximum verification will be taken care of because we have all records in advance. I think the companies can clarify what I am saying or supplement what I am saying. But neither the policy nor the claim gets prejudiced by ABHA ID. And second step. However, if you are to be part of the NHCX, yes, ABHA ID is must. So it goes together. But for a general usage, this is not mandatory either at the time of policy or at the time of claim.
Sashiji, that was exactly my doubt, because as you rightly said, the last statement for NCSX it is mandatory, right? So
yes.
So my question is that for whether I need to submit all the claims to NCSX, that I'll have to do, right? Health claims.
If once you see again, once you become member of NCX, once the policy and claim is routed to NHCX, I think everything will move through that, isn't it, Vikram?
Yes, sir.
Now that is what. So indirectly, when I am a member of NCSX and I'll have to pass on all the details of my health claims to NCS, and for passing the ABHA ID becomes mandatory here.
Obviously, once you are on board of NHCX means ABHA ID is taken. No, I think that is must. How do we permit to be ABHA ID? No, ABHA ID is must. I don't know why this.
So no. My question is, sir, that two things. Now, say for example, I'm sorry, I'm bugging you on this.
No, it's okay. Let me clarify.
Just to get clarified. So, for example, I have 10 claims with me, sir. Though 10 members have raised a claim with me, health claims with me. So now among this, if you say around 8 claims, I have ABHA number with me, right? So now for pushing to NCSX, I will be pushing these 8 cases freely because I have the ABHA number. Now, what will happen these two cases? Whether I need to ignore these cases not passing it to, or I'll have to definitely take it and then pass it.
Who is this I here?
I in the sense an insurance company.
Insurance company will process all the claims. Whatever is goes to NHCX will be processed to NHCX. Whatever is not, there is no ABHA ID, it will be processed in the normal course.
That's what. So without even ABHA number, it can be processed, right? So
obviously, yeah, we issued policy.
Right. I'm just asking this question because
Yes,
I
yes,
thought for passing the information, ABHA number necessarily need to be there. That was my question.
Yes. I think there are others who are raised hand. Probably they can also just since time is there.
Yes.
There are others who are raised hand. Let them because.
Yes.
So Shashi sir, this is from Future Generally. So to be M1 compliant, for my understanding, if you see, we need to provide a provision for the customers to verify or to create ABHA in all our systems, right?
In our proposal form, first we have to make the provision that we already circulated and discussed. IRD circular is there that you should provide.
Okay, that also, sir, that includes.
Second thing is, I think NHCX is the best person to answer how you'll proceed on NHCX and create this ABHA ID.
I just asked this question because in the initial slide now, it was shown 4 options to be given to the customers, right? One, create, update, and email, mobile number, whatever it is, and download. So if we give that permission to our customers and across systems, we will be becoming M1 compliant, right? And anyway, proposal from that I understood, sir.
Okay. No, but if you still have a doubt, I think whether M1 complaint, I think it's already been clarified. Vikram or his IT person can clarify that.
Yeah, M1 compliant means, Manuraj ji, compliant means your system while issuing the policy or taking the details of the person who is buying the policy, the feature for creating ABHA or verifying whether that ABHA is correct. If it is there, that means it is M1 compliant.
Okay, understood, sir. So what the one question in of aggregators journey, like Policy Bazaar, how does it can be done? Because that's
Policy Bazaar would also have to become.
Okay, I understood they have to just do it there and whatever they're passing, we have to consume that, right?
Yes.
You can ask them also, their Policy Bazaar also to become an M1 compliant system.
Only thing that we don't have to re-verify, that will be very difficult.
No,
because other OTP is involved, right?
Yeah. We will also reach out to these aggregators. You make sure that whatever things that are there in your control, you try to do that. We will also request all our insurance providers. We will, if it is possible through IRDA also, we will request. We will we'll prepare some small SMSs. One SMS that we'll prepare that you can send to your insurance provider, insurers, saying that you can create your ABHA by clicking on this link. And if it is say General India Insurance or Aditya Birla Insurance, then Aditya Birla Insurance, if you are M1, after you get M1 integrated, you can send your link only. So they can create on your website only. Or like Aditya Birla is already.
Yes, sir. But we can create, but the thing is that anyway they have to do the linking for the policy, right? That is the only thing. It's a different journey, right? Both.
Yes.
But then you can create an app. Then you can create. What we can do is we can create policy specific link wherein you can just seed that policy with an ABHA number.
Yes, sir. I understood that journey. The thing is that people like motor LTUs and the other partners also has to be in the same page, right? Because they have to do the changes that they're in as well.
Yagnish, Rakesh here.
I just want to say that we'll have to find. We will work together. We will work together with all insurance companies to find out ways as to how do we keep these numbers.
Yagnish, Rakesh here. I have a question on the NHCX integration, the last one probably. So we say that we have to fetch every information, an example of an eligibility check or so whatsoever are the listed ones via ABHA ID. But while I understood the ABDM discussion that was in the beginning of the meeting, it also talks about ABHA address. So finally, a customer will give a consent or give a confirmation on accessing his or her claim documents basis on the ABHA address, whichever he wants to give a okay on to fetch for a payer. So then ABHA address will also be part of the input along with the ID, which is mandatory, which would be mandatory, or How is
So
it?
you can, it is either can be used actually, either ABHA ID or okay, ABHA address can be used. We are not saying okay, ABHA ID only has to be used.
But then if we use ABHA ID and assuming the
The
customer has
ABHA address, as we discussed, ABHA address can be used as a uh, uh, friendly, or I mean, if you want to tap specific documents to a specific ABHA address, only that purpose, okay, ABHA address will be used. Otherwise, generally, ABHA ID is what we use and then verify whether is a valid beneficiary, sorry, valid user or not, valid
but
beneficiary or not.
yeah, assuming we use ABHA ID and we try to get the details or the documents of the customer, he then will have to give a consent to the specific documents, or will
No,
it
no,
be
the consent process. No. The process is very, very important. Okay, here please understand, when you, even though you use ABBA ID, okay, to fetch the health records of an individual, the person has to give a consent. In the consent process, he can select what kind of documents he can share. It is not that okay, if you ask and everything can comes to you. No, based on the patient's consent only, you will receive documents.
So the patient will have some kind of an interface or a
App.
mobile app.
Yeah. He will have app. He will have app, and he will also get message. Everything is there.
Okay, and in our sandbox process, also do we have a test app on which we can like?
Yes. There is a ABHA app. You can also use that when you are doing that M3, right? M3 talks about this data share only. If you are integrating M3 APIs, you can test through our ABHA application, ABHA mobile app.
So I think Vishal will be able to help us in case we
No,
reach out to
it's not Vishal. Narendra can help. Narendra and team can help. Yeah.
Great. Okay, we'll connect.
Uh,
Thanks.
how, I need to ask, is there any deadline for ABHA integration mandatory of 10th August?
As I said earlier, this is a fast acceleration program that we are doing right now. So on 10th, 11th, 12th, there is a minute till 10th, there is a dedicated team for insurance agencies. On that 3-day program that we are holding in Delhi, the whole team will be available for you. The HTC demo team is available that day. Functional testing will do. So it's a support, dedicated support available for insurance agencies. If you miss this 10th, 11th will not fall, you can do it on 15th also, but then you'll have to do your own functional testing. Then you'll have to get the VASA certification first, and then only an HTC demo will be scheduled later also. Then you are in queue with we have around 1,000 registrations done right now. So everyone is doing it, and you are in one of that team. But till till 10th, we are keeping a dedicated 3-day effort for you. The whole HTC demo, it's not scheduled for anyone else, only for insurance companies.
टोटली फ्री एक मैंने बनाया है सर, अभी पूरा हम लोग बना नहीं पाए, पर वो जो कोविन प्लेटफॉर्म
Hi, Yagnesh, Midun from Codigit. So we have two questions. One, at the time of registration, that is creating the health ID, should we show a consent form to the customer saying that you are giving a consent to us for so and so, and these details will be stored? Should we show to the customer something like that? That is
Yes.
my first question.
Yes. There is a consent. You will have to capture the consent.
Okay. Is that shared, or we'll get it from the site?
You can take it from site.
Okay. Second question. We have V1 and V2 APIs. We have already started integration, and we are almost at the last stage for V1. So should we go with V1 itself, or should we go back? We implement V2 also by August 12th.
V1 of NHCX only.
Correct.
No, we are talking about for 12th. It is actually for M1 and linking policy, not that NHCX, that's other APIs. So that may take some time for you because you have to publish so many things, insurance plans, everything. That is a different thing. So for 12th, we are looking for that M1 process, ABHA creation process at your applications. and then link your ABHA, link your policy with ABHA number. Only this much is what expected on 12th, by 12th.
Right, right. So my question was whether we should use V1 APIs or V2 APIs, version 1 or
V1
version
only.
V1 only.
Version 1 only, right?
Okay.
One question here, ABHA linking with policy, it will be that insurance company side, correct?
Correct.
There will be no API exchange, only the process to be changed in that insurance company side.
No. It's you once you create it, you keep it. Also, you are reporting that linking ABHA with NHCX also. The linking policy with NHCX.
Okay, that data exchange need to be completed, correct?
That's a testing. Now we are only testing now. So once you test everything is done, then production case will be there. Then actual linking will happen in production environment. That is the difference in now.
So completing HCX till 12th is also expected, or only that creation, verification, and linking of the policy is expected?
Creation, linking only up to the creation of ABHA and then linking policy with ABHA. That's it.
So that M1 can be tested and then security testing will be done, and the production can be achieved for this batch.
Yes.
I have a question on mainly linking part. So do we have a bulk API for linking? Let's suppose I have n number of policy and I want to link them in one go with their other our ID by uploading something. Do we have something like that, rather than linking one by one each and every policy with the AVA number?
If I have multiple policies, multiple products, yes, you have a provision to add at one go. But it is only for one individual, okay? Because you are doing this process at the time of ABHA ID creation, or ABHA ID capturing in your policy issuance.
So let's suppose ABHA ID creation is there. We have, so I'm from Juno General Insurance. So we have integrated M1 integration. Now all the policy that we have in our system with NHCX. Okay. So do we have all the, I have a policy number. Some of them user is already integrated with, they have already ABHA number. I want to link them. Maybe if you guys can provide me an API that will have.
Yes, you said that is there already. You can link for those ABHA IDs. Okay. If you already complain to M1 and you already have a process to get the ABHA ID, yes, then you can you can actually call our link ABHA ID API, link policy API, and link whatever it is required. So you can very much do that now.
He is asking a bulk upload. He's asking
I'm talking about bulk part. It is
it's a scheduler only, na. See, that is what it's a bulk or individual. It doesn't matter, right? Our program it takes only one ABHA with multiple.
In the scheduler, I need to call each and every API again with the each and individual user. Let's suppose I have 1 million of user, so I need to call your bulk API, your scheduler API, n number of times. If I have a bulk upload, I can call one time API. I will pass whole.
There is nothing like no, there is no such provision. See, this is envisaged. This whole process is envisaged as part of ABHA creation only, right? At your end, or when you are issuing a policy to a beneficiary, then this whole process starts. So it is always envisaged for an individual beneficiary. So that is how we designed. Now you have various scenarios that how do you do and all. I can provide a solution, but you are very much aware. I don't need to tell. You can very much call API multiple times. And there is no provision.
But it will cost a lot.
It will.
Yeah, it will cost. If I have a bulk API one time, I can only one time. But if I have millions of requests, I need to call each and every time that it will cost us, right?
Cost means what? What you are trying to say? The performance.
In terms of, I'm talking about in terms of cloud services. So let's suppose
millions of transactions are coming onto ABHA platform now.
Correct.
Okay. So I mean, it's a design, so we can't say yes or no also now. Since it is a mode currently we enable, so kindly request you to do that. And if you see any problem, you please let us know.
So Yagnesh, Rakesh here. Is there any deadline date for M3, completing M3? By any chance?
I'm sorry, I don't know exactly now. Okay, they have given mandate for M1, so that is by
So
12th we have to.
M1 certification and production keys can be opted separately once the testing, functional and security testing is completed, right?
Yagnesh, we have received the version 3 APIs for M1 also. So can we proceed with that M1 APIs, V3 APIs for M1 phase 2, or we need to downgrade our services to M1 to V1 or V3?
So V3 services of M1, I think Narendra, you can speak. Okay, there are two sets.
There is some crosstalk. Can others mute when somebody is speaking to Agnish?
For ABHA, we have multiple sets. I think Narendra can comment which version that has to be used. But for NHCX, it is only one version that is released, version 1.
Yeah. So for the creation of ABHA and ABHA addresses, we have recently come up with a V3 API, which is a much faster, easier process. So the documentation that we are sharing is for that API only, and that is what is available right now. But people who have already done with the V2 API, they may not work. So it's all backward compatible. So the documentation which we are sharing is for V3 APIs for creation of ABHA. I think.
So we can proceed with this V3 version of API development, right? Because we are almost on the verge of completion of the development.
Yeah, so whatever version you are using, you can continue with that. When if you are already in the process of development, if you are using V2, then if you are talk to us with V3, we will be for next 1 week we are helping you, everyone who has not started with the V3 version. And what we have seen is people have done it within a week. With our experience with the 2 integrators where we provided this support, so that's why we are asking. We'll do that.
Okay, so in V3 we have received with the Aadhaar card only. So does we have any other APIs for the V3 that like we can create?
No, it's only for Aadhaar only. See, the DL API is that you create, it's on a website, you create you get a temporary number, then you have to go to a facility, you have to provide your documents and then get it done. So I don't think you will be interested in multi-step process for your consumer.
Yes, so in V3 while creating a ABHA number, so at the initial time by default the service is giving me this one ABHA number at the ABHA address only, and post this we can add one from the preference side. We can add this link this ABHA address with the this participant. So does it any change in this process or how?
Can you just repeat?
So I'm saying that while creating a ABHA number, so initially we don't have any option to while submitting the OTP. If it is account is already there, then it will be a written and account is already exists. But while if it is in new creation, by default automatically one ABHA address will be populated over there, right? With the ABHA number at NHCX. So for that, if you for the user understandable. So does we need to link up with the new user suggestion? Is that we need to link up separately, right? For this one.
So when you put in your like mobile number or Aadhaar also, when you provide an OTP, at that point of time we check in our system whether there's an ABHA address which already exists for that particular user or not, and we also tell you whether it is eKYC with the ABHA number as well, right? So at that point of time, even if someone is coming from the Aadhaar journey itself, we will be able to give you, rather than creating multiple, we will be able to give you the same ABHA address. So ABHA address and number. So you should be able to stamp it in our system. Yes. Did that answer your question?
Yes.
Can I? Vikram is there still online?
No, yeah, I'm there. Yeah, please tell me, sir.
Vikram, what I'm requesting that I think this is being recorded, no?
Yes, sir. Recording,
Good,
sir.
good.
Iski
Good,
recording we will share it with you, sir.
No, not
also.
Not that. I think many pertinent questions were raised. So my sincere request is that probably some have understood, some may not have understood the questions and answers. Understood in the sense may not have been able to grasp fully that. So if these can be made an FAQs today and after tomorrow's meeting, that will help immensely. It's a suggestion.
बनाएंगे sir, बनाएंगे हम बनाएंगे.
I hope it will help others. I don't know about what companies feel about it, because there are some questions that are very good.
जी sir, हम करेंगे sir.
Okay. It'll be very helpful, Shashi sir. Very helpful.
Okay, fine, great.
If anyone has missed out asking any question or no one, someone has not asked, you can also send it through email, so we can add
Yes.
the FAQ.
Yes.
I have one doubt while implementing NHCX. Can you tell me what does the UID header parameter refer to during the participant creation? Am I audible? Hello.
Hello, what happened? It's gone off.
Am I audible? Can you confirm?
Jagnesh, are you on the call? So can you please send us an email? Jagnesh has written he has to drop off for some other meeting. So you please send us on email. And second point would be we can take also it on 4th when we discuss in our next meeting. So we will redo what we have done today. We will do it again on 4th and take more questions.
So
okay,
fourth will be continuing the same thing, Vikram, or
We will start ab initio, give the same presentation, so for example, if somebody has missed, we will do the same presentation on M1 integration and we will take questions.
Okay, great. Fine. So and that day after tomorrow, you will probably you should reiterate what will be done on 10, 11, 12, so that everyone.
We will do that, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
But the 4th workshop is a repeat of this workshop. That's what I understood.
Yes.
So first part will be repeat. We'll be telling again what M1 is, what we'll do 10, 11. And any questions, you can again join and you can.
Yeah.
So actually, we have a question related to NHCX.
Oh, you send an email, right? You have an email address, na? You send an email or you ask on 4th.
4th, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, time.
Sir, actually, we don't have any communication details.
Anshika, are you on the call, or Kanupriya, are you on the call?
Who's this online?
You send on pm.adoption@nhca.gov.in. We will get it answered.
Okay.
Okay.
Who is this from Reliance General? You have not received communication. I didn't get you.
So actually, we did not get any contact details from NHCX technical person.
Email ID you have, right? Or you?
Yeah, we have an email ID. Based on that, we have completed the M1 and M3.
That's enough.
Yeah.
It is okay, right? Email ID is your contact.
Okay.
Yeah.
We don't expect that we will be able to answer queries of all 30, 35 insurance companies over phone calls.
Just adopt the FAQ route. That's the best.
We will do that.
Yeah.
Suketu, please ask. This would be the final question.
Yeah, I'm done. What are the ideas?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Again on 4th.
Yeah. Thanks, Vikram. Very
Thank
good
you so
presentation.
much.
Your team was excellent.
Yeah.
Thanks. I hope 4th will clarify balanced out.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Question.